Well, good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Woodcraft. My name is Joe. Thank you very much for being here today. It is good to see you. Well, we have a review today, a knife review, big surprise, but this one is different in that it brings out the little kid in me. This just doesn't ever get old. I mean, how cool is that? It's an assisted opener, obviously. This one's from Schrade. It is their SCHA13B, or otherwise known as their Shiznit. Pretty interesting name, I know, but I gotta tell you, that just doesn't get old. This is a pretty cool blade. I knew I was gonna like it right off the bat because of the recurve. Guys that have been around for a while know that I really dig recurve blades. I just find them very useful. I like the fact that as you get into that belly, the downward angle right here as you're cutting or slicing it, it digs into the material. It makes it want to cut deeper, which can be bad in certain things, but I really enjoy a recurve blade. So I knew I was gonna like this one. But that, I'm telling you, just doesn't get old. Let's go ahead and give you guys a close-up here. It is a nice shape. The lines on it are pretty good. I like the fact that the handle itself has a downward angle. It makes it fit into your hand very nicely. It just aids again with that front belly or the downward curve here, the recurve. As I was talking about before, a recurve as it gets into this part of the belly, if you're doing a slicing motion, it just makes it want to dig in and makes your cut that much easier. It's a good shape. I like the size. It is a very good EDC size blade. I have found that's where it excels. It is definitely an EDC blade. I wouldn't necessarily put it in the category of a woods knife or bushcrafty type folder or anything like that. It'll throw a little bit of a spark, but not much. While it will do it, it does seem to be a little light duty for that. But as far as, in the modern world, modern setting, office setting, or, a businessman type thing, it is a 4-ounce blade, 4.3 ounces, I believe. It is tip down carry, so it is pretty concealable or concealed in your pocket. Not that you would necessarily want to conceal with this knife. However, if you work in an environment where there's a bunch of knife Nazis or, weapon scared people, it is nice that this doesn't just stand out and say, hey, he's got a big crazy pocket knife in his pocket. As far as when it's closed, it has a lock right here which prevents it from opening so it doesn't pop loose in your pocket and cut you up or anything. That's just cool. I love that. Anyway, it is AUS-8 steel, so it's a pretty good budget steel. My main EDC folder for the last 4 years, something like that, 3-4 years, has been AUS-8 steel. Keeps a decently long edge, very easy to hone up, very easy to sharpen. Speaking of sharpening, I know a lot of folks look at recurves and think, that looks like a good blade, but that recurve as far as maintenance goes kind of scares me. Let's go ahead and demystify that process real quick because it's not scary at all. It is very simple. Once you kind of get around the fact that it is not a straight edge blade or a bellied blade, it is extremely easy, just as easy as a regular style blade. Sharpening recurves has long been intimidating for many of my viewers. Now I have a couple videos out there outlining how to take care of this. I will go ahead and link to those right up here, I think, if I can manage to make that work. But real quick, all you need is a $4 or $5 ceramic rod. Link for this one in particular will be in the description of the video. But you just, as normal, find your angle, and the ceramic rod follows the exact curvature of the blade. It is not a big deal at all. And now if you're like me and want to take your knives just a step further, just a regular cheap homemade strop. I honestly don't know the cost that went into this, but you have less than $1 worth of leather here, an old scrap board, and just Bark River green compound here. Instead of holding it flat against the length of the leather, just pop it up on its corner like that and follow that corner down. Some may be wondering, won't that wear out the edge of that strop really fast? Honestly, gang, I have been using this very strop to handle or maintain my recurve blades for at least 2 years, if not more. And as you can see, while the edge is a little bit fuzzier than the rest of the strop, it is still very usable. I wouldn't even say that's damaged. Well, now that maintenance on this knife is hopefully demystified a little bit, let's talk about the specs. And I'm telling you, that just doesn't get old. All right, like I mentioned, this is 4.3 ounces. It is a very light folder in my opinion. It is AUS-8 steel. It does have an aluminum scales or aluminum handle. The blade length on this is 3.41 inches long. The handle length is 4.4 inches long. So overall length, you're looking at just shy of 8 inches. It's a very good size EDC style blade. It is a liner lock. It locks up nice and secure. Not really any wiggle unless I really force it, so it locks up nice and secure. In my opinion, this is a blade that excels at light to medium modern tasks. You know, whether you're breaking up cardboard boxes at work, or opening a letter, or cutting up a snack for your kids, or, you know, even making dinner at night. This works really well as, you know, a camp cook knife. It excels at that. It does have, by appearances, it does have a hollow grind with a secondary, well, the secondary is convex now, but it came with a straight secondary, I believe. And again, I keep on going back to, that is just a lot of fun. And while AUS-8 steel may be very forgiving as far as abuse and damage, rolling instead of chipping, it does keep, or does have, good edge retention in my opinion. So it's, at least for my needs, it is perfect for what I do. So I don't think there's a question in anybody's mind. Do I recommend this knife? Yes, I most definitely do. If you're in the market for a good recurve folder, an assisted opening folder, or a good EDC folder, this is a good option in my opinion. It does fit the budget model in my opinion. At 40 bucks for what you get, this is a steal. I don't think you're gonna find anything better for anything cheaper. Schrade has done an excellent job with this knife. I love it. So yeah, what more is there to say? I thoroughly enjoy this knife. I love carrying it. It is a lot of fun, but it is also a very functional fun. It does everything I need it to do. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for being here today. I do hope you've enjoyed this video and found it informative. As usual, please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Also, if you enjoy videos such as this, please make sure to use that subscribe button right down here. And as always, guys, hit that comment section up. Let's talk about this knife. If there's a question you have about this knife or something similar that I did not answer in this video, please make sure to ask me there and I will do my best to answer it. Anyway, thank you again very much for being here, and I will see you next time. I hope you guys have a great day.